All right, check this out. So it's a '09 Silverado truck I work on from time to time. Got a check engine light. Kid called me, so logically I'll go ahead and start with DTC check. Just let the thing hang here. I got 6 trouble codes, whole bunch of crap. A lot of these, so I already really diagnosed this truck. I'm just bringing you through the walkthrough. A lot of them are intermittent. So I've got passed and failed on several of these. Like this one, P0522, that's passed and failed. I couldn't get that to act up. The fuel trim checked out, at least initially. So the one I'm focusing on right now is this P0522. And that's the engine oil pressure sensor circuit low voltage. So that one actually just failed. So that's what I'm really going after right now. So I started with that DTC, and everybody's got a different way of doing stuff, but I'm going to show you my diagnostic path. So I'm going to exit this. I'm going to go to read the live data. So depending on your scan tool, you know, this can vary. And then it was under engine data for me. And then I just went ahead and I found engine oil pressure. So I just want to see what it's reading. And that's going to give me a plan. So it's 129 PSI and the truck's not even running. So that's 100% no good. So there's a lot of different paths, but I'm going to keep this really simple. If you get the code and you can pull data and you find it's reading high, this is going to be a really, really simple diag. It's a 3-wire sensor. One wire should have 0 volts for a good ground. One should have 5 volts as a reference, and the other one should be a signal. And the fact that this is reading 129, that means that that signal is either getting a full 5 volts or a full 0 volts. And it should really be between about a 0.5 volt and 4.5 volts. So I didn't even pull service info on this truck. I'm not even going to look it up. My next step is going to be to actually locate that sensor, which I did. And it totally sucks because it's way back there. So I'm going to climb my butt up in there, and I'm going to just try to put eyes on it. And freaking reach back in there. And all right, let me zoom in a little. Okay, so that connector right there with a little bit of blue on it, that's your baby. So that thing totally sucks to get to. Now, I was able to disconnect it, but I disconnect a lot of stuff, so I have kind of like the technique down without being able to see or anything. You may end up having to pull the intake. In fact, when I go to replace it, I may end up having to pull the intake, which wouldn't be a huge job. So the next step I want to do is just disconnect that thing, and I'm going to do that. Luckily, it was kind of hard to disconnect, but once I got it disconnected, I'm just leaving it kind of, like I got it back on, but I didn't clip it. So right now, all I got to really do is get my hand on the sucker and just lightly pull the connector back off. So this is, I'm telling you, man, it's a good way to make a living doing this. Tweaking your whole body all over the place. Nah, it could be worse. It really could. All right, so, okay, I just got it disconnected. Now, I want to show you my point. I got to jump down and look at that scan tool. All right, check it out. Bingo, 0 PSI. So, keep it simple, stupid explanation. That sensor is shorted. So that 129 PSI meant that there was an internal short. I know that it's not in the harness because I didn't disconnect the harness from the ECM. The only thing I've taken out of the equation is I just removed the sensor. So basically that's a down and dirty test to see if it's actually shorted in the sensor. Very, very simple test. If you got the 130, you disconnect it. You got the 0, you need to order yourself the oil pressure sensor. And I got kind of lucky. I found an aftermarket one on Amazon for 20 bucks. So I'm gonna tell the kid to get it, and it's gonna fix it. So maybe I'll think about slamming the thing in there and doing a follow-up video, but I think I'm gonna call this video just as is. This is no wiring diagrams, no multimeter, no voltage drops, no jumping the 5-volt reference to the signal and verifying the scan tool, nothing, just down and dirty for you.